Alright, well here we are in Fusion 360, and today we're just going to draw up this dual handle rack. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our units to inch. And then we're going to go create a box. We're going to select this plane here. We're going to be using aluminum angle, 1.5 inches. And we're going to be going 5 inches. Now we're going to do this again, and we're going to select this corner right here. And our box is going to be 1.375. Hit tab, 1.375. And then we're going to cut that out. So now we have our angle here. Alright, now that we have our angle, let's go to the top. We're going to place a hole right here. This hole is going to be 0.675 in diameter. Now I got this dimension from the smallest portion of the handle right before the ball. I want to have, let's see, 0.2 deep. We don't need a lot, just a little bit. It just needs a little bit of a notch there. There we go. 0.8. There we go. All right. Next, we want to position it. So from this edge, it's going to be 1.0125, and from this back edge, it's going to be 0.675. There we go. That looks good. Next we want to do a sketch, so let's create a sketch. Select this top surface here. We're going to do a rectangle. It's going to be 1.25. Let's position it from this edge, 0.675. Then we're going to do another rectangle here, starting at the top here, and this is just a relief for the handle, sort of a notch for it to fit into. This is 0.175, and hit tab, and then 0.10, and then we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Okay, and then over here on our hole, we want to just cut this out here, so let's do another rectangle. This will be 0.675. We can go past here on our center, and then we want it to dimension this too as well, and this will be 0.675. Okay, let's change that. 0.8. 0.825. There we go. All right. Then we're going to do a fillet right here, 0.8 0.175. Ooh, 0.175. Okay. We'll do another here, here, and here. There we go. I want to hit escape and then L for line. I want to connect that back up there, like so. T for trim. We're going to trim this portion out here, and that should be good. Now what's that going on there? There we go. Let's extend that and extend that so it turns it blue. Oh, forgot one corner here. There we go. Alright, I think that is all for our sketch here. Now we're going to just extrude this like so. We're going to cut that out, and then we're going to come back in this pocket here and here. We're just going to recess that, hit extrude, and this is going to be 0.030 minus 0.030. There we go. Alright. Alright. Let's round off all these corners now. I'm going to get these bottom ones. There we go. Okay. These top two. Okay. Alright, well that looks good there. Now that we've got it all modeled up, let's just review what we did here. We created our block here. We came back and turned it into an angle by cutting out another rectangle below it. We put our hole in. I did this so I could get this chamfer. It's very hard to cut all this out and then come back and just chamfer that later, so it was easier just to do the hole first. We did our sketch. And then we came back and extruded that, cut that section out. Cut out for our recess. This will just be so our handle will kind of lock in place. And then we rounded off the edges. Let me save that. And then we're going to, let's now go to manufacture. We'll cam this up. Alright, so the first thing we do is we're going to do our setup. I want to select my machine. If you haven't went in here and set up your machine, this is a good idea. This will set your information, like your post processor for this particular machine. It will also give your travels for your machine, your tool change time, which will be added into your machine time. So it's pretty helpful. We're going to let's set our stock here. We're going to do no additional stock. This is going to be 1.5 by 5, so that's good. Our box point will go with this corner over here. That looks good. We'll select our model. There we. Okay, it already had it selected for me. Sorry. For the post processor, we're not going to put anything in there. For the comment, we can put in dual handle 1.5 by 1.5 by 5. How about that? Click OK. Alright, we're set up. Our first operation is some 2D adaptive. We're going to select our tool here. I'm going to just be using a 3 flute 1/4 inch end mill, maybe if it'll come up. We're going to select, we're going to change this to 25 inches a minute. That looks pretty good. Select this area here. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and click OK just to see how the operation looks, and if it looks okay. Alright, that looks fine. See how it's going to clip this corner off in the first operation there? That's fine. So now I've got an operation saved, and I know it's going to create an operation. I'm going to come back and I'm going to check the heights. The bottom height is the selected contour. That's fine. All that looks good. Our passes, we've got it set up for, we're going to do a 20% of the tool, which is 50 thousandths. We're going to leave a little bit for cleanup, 5 thousandths on the radial. Not going to leave anything on the axial. On this smoothing, you can see with the smoothing on, it's less points for the machine to have to adjust. With it off, there's a little bit more. So we're going to change this tolerance to about 1/1000th. This will reduce the feed at the corner, so we're going to turn that on. And we'll leave that, the reduced feed rate there. That's good. Okay. Our no engagement feed rate, we're going to change this to 75 inches per minute. And all that looks good. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that looks good. Okay, next we're going to do a 2D pocket, and we're going to come in here and we're going to do this pocket here and there. Notice how it keeps the same tool, which we will be using the same 1/4 inch end mill for that. Cutting feed rate's okay. That should be okay. Our height, selected contours, which should be the bottom of this pocket here. That's what we selected. That seems to be okay. Alright, let's see. Go ahead and save it. You see there's some kind of issue here with this. It didn't want to generate the G code there. Alright, so we got to go back. It's always a good way, before you start putting in all your information, make sure it's going to work. So alright. That looks good, so let's go back and check. Make sure our feed rate, so let's change that to 25. Our height, okay, selected contour. Stock to leave, we're going to change this to 0. Our smoothing is turned on. We can slow it down in the corners there. Notice here that there's no feed rate for no engagement, but it does have the rapid here. So alright, You can see that pocket there. And then next we're going to do a 2D contour. We're going to again use tool 65. This will be for a finishing pass, so we'll change this to 20 inches. We're going to select, let's do this first, this here. Okay, you can see here that where it's going to come in, it's going to be off this edge here. So what's going to happen is it's going to leave a little corner here because it is cleaning up this edge, and then when I do this operation here, it's going to clean up this edge, but I don't want to leave this corner here. So what I want to do is I want to go back and edit this. I want to go to passes, and down here under tangential fragment extension distance, I want to add 0.25, and you can see it extends it past the stock there, and so that way it'll clean that whole edge. And it's going to go down, it's going to go down to the edge of the stock there, and that should clean that up. Okay, one last operation is to get this chamfer right here. So for this chamfer here, I had to get a little creative. So what I'm doing is a trace operation. We're going to select this edge right here. Here. There we go. There we go. All right. The bottom height is the model top minus 0.2. That's good. I want to leave 10 thousandths. We're going to be using a 1/4 inch chamfer mill here, or a spot drill. It's a 4 flute. So we're going to check axial offset passes. We want to do a 0.03 step down. One step down, that's going to give us a couple of steps there. We're going to repeat the passes, that'll clean that up. And then for our axial stock to leave, I had it at 45 inches, which was crazy. So that's what it was. It was 45 thousandths that it should have been. And so you can see that it just does a couple little swoops and it'll just clean that up. So let's simulate this. Well, let's simulate the whole thing here. See, we're just coming in here, cleaning this up. Cleaning the other side up, doing the 2 pockets, finishing pass, and then we come down and do our chamfer. Slow that down a little bit. So it's just going to cut and cut again, and then do a little finishing pass. So you can see it doesn't quite get all of our chamfer there, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be that deep. It just needs to be a little bitty pocket there for the handle of the ball to kind of lock into. So our machine time is 5 minutes. We've got a couple of tool changes. Alright, one more operation. We're going to be placing the part in the mill like so. I want to copy this. But I want to get rid of this, this, and this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I want to put a drilling operation. This is a 0.196 drill here. Oh, I didn't even draw any holes here. Whoops, let's go back. Let's put some holes in here. Alright, so let's put a hole here. We're just going to drill a standard hole. 196, something like that. I think that's 5 millimeter. 0.675, and let's place it here. 1.25. That looks good. Let's put another one. And that looks good. There we go. Now we have a couple of holes. Now we can cam those holes. Alright. Alright, I copied that, but I didn't set that up, so let's go set that up. There we go. Alright. Much better. Now we can do our drilling operation. So thin, and it's going to kind of flex a little bit. I want to just do a pecking. Alright. Got to go a little deeper than that. Alright. And because I've copied these from the first operation, we already have it extending past our material here, so you can see it's gonna, both of these passes together will get this little 1/8 inch square here in the corner. So the second setup here is pretty simple. Just gonna bore a couple of holes and knock these edges off. All right. So this is for our dead blow hammer and our vise handle. Well guys, I guess that'll wrap up this video. It was a pretty long video, I think. In next week's video we will take this information here and we'll go out to the Precision Matthews and we'll machine out a dual handle rack that you can mount on a machine. Now, for those of you watching this video, post in the comment if you'd like one of these. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to have, maybe 3 or 4 extra. So if you're interested in one of these, if you guys pay the shipping, I'll send you one of these out. Alright guys, well that wraps up this video. It was pretty winded, so I think we'll just call this a day. In next week's video we're going to be machining out this dual handle rack. I'm probably going to be machining a few of these, so if any of you guys are interested, post a comment in the video and I'll probably have 3 or 4 extra. You guys pay the shipping and I'll send you one of these out. Guys, if you're new to my channel and you're just tuning in, click on that subscribe button down at the bottom. As always, please feel free to ask questions, make suggestions, or leave comments. Thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and most importantly, be safe.